Mr. Markos loved to paint. He painted to music. He had a strong Hungarian accent and used his own expressions and broken English to explain to his audience what he was doing. This could sometimes make it very hard to understand what he said or what he meant. Therefore, we at Signilar Incorporated are giving the viewer an accurate account of what he is saying as he says it. All the information he imparts to the viewer is captured with this voiceover technique.
When you use the orange in the shadow, for instance, you have some warm reflection in the shadow, it's perfectly all right, but don't mix it with the white, don't try make the light part with the orange yellow.
When you use orange in the shadows, for example, for warm, reflected light, the orange works all right. But don't mix orange with white for the areas of the face that are lit.
In case you see some green in the face, you see some violet, don't be afraid, use it. In case it's too strong, you always supposed to eliminate, but it's better you observe how you ignore it.
In case you see some green in the face, some violet, don't be afraid, use it. If it's too strong, you can eliminate it. But it's better that you see and use these colors than to ignore them.
You see that I put the brush in my mouth. With these,
As he puts the brush into his mouth, Mr. Markos comments that he does this to keep the hairs together. Obviously not a dirty brush. Then he puts it into the oil. He says that is something you learn after a long time of painting.
Long time, so with the brushes, and never scrub with the brushes, please. I'm sorry for the brushes when I see somebody scrub them. No such thing. So it's first everything. The colors will be dead when you scrub it.
He emphasizes that you must never scrub with the brushes. You will ruin the brushes and spoil everything, for the colors will be dead, too mixed together. The colors you lay down should be clean, as if you put them in with a palette knife, not mixed too much.
It's very important so you keep the edges, how the shadow finish, how start the light, and such kind of things, you know. Not every edges is the same. So with these you possibly conclude many wonderful things when you take care of the edges. So for this reason it's necessary, so you're drawing. When you're drawing with the charcoal, you possibly take care of the edges very easy.
It's very important that you keep the edges, that you know how the shadows finish and how the light begins. Not all the edges are the same. You can do a lot of wonderful things when you know how and what to do with the edges. That's why it is a good reason to know your drawing before you start doing portraits.